Welcome to Incite with Tendai. My name is Tendai Marowa, the founder of the Legacy of True Beauty and also your host. Today is a special day. We are celebrating someone's birthday. But also this woman is a woman of many talents. She's in the PR communications industry, but also has a passion for fashion. Passion for fashion. Got that right, hey? So today we are actually the special ones, we getting to interview her on her birthday. Abanye look like, hey, it's my birthday, please leave me alone. But she decided to share this day with us, and I'm really honored to share this birthday with you. And her name is Lasi Mashaba. And today I'm excited to see you.
Thank you for having me
with you, part of the legacy, exactly. Tell us a bit about yourself before we get into the questions.
Okay, so as mentioned, my name is Lasi Mashaba. By day, I am a public relations and marketing communications consultant. I am 1/3 of an agency called One Africa Consulting. A female-owned, 100% black female-owned agency. It's a 360-degree agency where we do obviously.
Toes. And even to your birthday.
Oh yes.
Sorry guys.
Thank you.
We need to drink.
So we are a 360-degree agency where we do public relations, marketing, social media, events, activations, the likes, whatever it is that you can think about, we house it in one roof. So that's what I do by day. And by passion and by side hustle, I am an image consultant and a fashion stylist. I work with wonderful women like yourself, where I come on to the project and I style you, either for the day or for the duration of the season, but I also do closet cleanses where we look at your closet and we say
that again,
closet cleanse,
because it's very important. People don't know what a closet cleanse is, so take us through.
So a closet cleanse is a service that I offer my clients where how you would have a closet full of clothes, but you don't have a single thing to wear, but there are clothes in your closet. So that means then that you need to do an audit of what is inside of your closet and actually take them out. Because the number one rule, of fashion is if you haven't worn it in a year, then get rid of it. Why are you still keeping it? So I come on and I assist with closet cleanses and where we run through your closet, and we say there's X amount of clothes that you don't need. We put them aside and we make space, space in your closet to to buy new outfits. But a closet cleanse is not just about making space for clothes in your closet, but it's also making space for your life, where we say, what else is it that you can take out and put on the side and give space to new things. So typically I like to advise my clients to have closet cleansings seasonally, at the beginning of winter, at the beginning of summer, where we take out old clothes, put them on the side, we donate them to charities, and then we do a capsule wardrobe.
I was about to say, where do those clothes go?
To a charity of your choice. They can go to family, they can go anywhere really. But I like to advise my clients that let's do CSI initiatives and give out to kids that are needy. And then once the closet cleanse is done, we then sit down and we do what do you call it? It's gone from my head now. We then now do capsule wardrobe, where we identify, let's say, 10 pieces of essential items that you need. It can be slacks, about 4 pants of slacks, classic shirts, and different types of shoes, pumps, heels, sneakers, and then from those 10 items, we make certain what do you call it? Certain outfits.
Outfits.
Yeah, so 10 items can make 5 different outfits, depending on the types of items you have. And then, yeah, from then we start building. We buy accessories, hats, belts, shoes, the likes.
If you had to describe yourself in one word, what would it be, Lasi?
I would describe myself as a go-getter, because when I take a step back and I do an audit of my career, most of the jobs that I've had, I didn't really go and interview for. I would approach the CEO of the company and I'd say, listen, I'm looking for a job. Can you get it for me? Or how can I assist?
Yeah.
So, and with my styling business also, that's how I approach my clients.
Yeah.
Some clients don't come to me. Most clients, I go to them. Not that there's anything wrong with their closet, but it's where I see that, hey, I can work with this person.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm a go-getter in that sense.
Tracing back into you getting into the marketing communication, because it's now becoming diverse, right? And you being part of a Black woman-owned company, how has that empowered you as a Black woman?
It has empowered me in various ways. I won't lie, it's been very challenging. Because, as a Black woman, you are at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah. Yeah, we still have to fight.
Precisely.
It's a journey.
You have to literally work your way up. And say you get in a nice corporate job, you have to prove yourself in the boardroom.
Yeah.
And when you do prove yourself in the boardroom, let's say you have a woman of a higher position, she will try to pin you down so that you don't become her competition. And I've experienced this within my career journey path. So it's
of the same race.
Of the same race. Somebody that I looked up to as a mentor. At the beginning she was wonderful. At the end things turned around. So yeah, we fight against the fact that we're female, we fight against the fact that we're Black.
And you're competing against each other.
And unfortunately, that's how it is. There are a lot of Black women who want to compete against each other, whereas we need to pull each other up. I need to be able to reach out my hand and say, come.
Yes.
But unfortunately it's the other way around, because you're seen as a threat. So it's been challenging in the sense that, don't get it wrong, my team, we gel wonderfully, we work together well together, we have different strengths. But it's challenging in the sense that we need to prove ourselves as a Black female-owned agency, because they're like, what is it that you bring to the table, as opposed to an XYZ big company that's been around for years.
What are your thoughts about a Black-owned, no, not actually a Black-owned, your thoughts, right, through what you have just told me about women empowerment? Because I feel like you were saying you don't get enough support. It doesn't come through that support, You are caught in between trying to figure out and navigate what is the way to come together as women. But there's still that gap, there's that bridge, And I think for your terms, What do you think is missing? Why do you think women are the way they are? Like trying to fight out for the same space, where we could create new space, where we can actually create new tables. But why are we fighting about the same thing, or I can do better than you, and you stay there in your lane? Why is that?
I think what's missing is confidence within ourselves, but also I would take it back to the fact that because we have to constantly fight so hard for ourselves to get to places that we are at, then you are like, I'm not gonna leave this position,
Yes.
and I'm not gonna bring anybody else along. It's been my journey, it's been tough, so she must feel what I felt. So I think the confidence, yes, in me as the person who's up there, who is supposed to be, holding my hand up, for Tendai and say, come through, my sister, let's work. But also, what's missing is being given opportunities. There's not enough to go around. So it's like we're scrambling for scrambles.
Scrambling for
scraps. We're scrambling for scraps, excuse me.
That's sad. That's sad. There's a lot that needs to be done. Do you think it can be changed, the narrative? Can we change the narrative?
Absolutely.
And how can we do that if already the ones on top, they're still not giving us the space?
Listen, if the youth of 1976 can change the way that the education system was, why can't we? When our parents bent over backwards and gave us the best education, we have far better resources than our parents. So anything can be changed. Absolutely, we can change the narrative. It just starts with a network of women who are genuinely there for each other, and who are genuinely looking out for each other and genuinely want to uplift each other, whereas everybody has their own agenda.
So my question, if you had to be the change, what change would you be?
The change that I would be to that little bit of uplifting my circle. It starts with my circle. Tendai has been unemployed for 6 months. How can I assist her? Or there's a gig that needs a presenter, an MC. At a big corporation, and I know Tendai is capable. Why can't I refer her? So I think it starts, for me, I would definitely start within my circle. And it's something that I do practice, and I'm sure if you speak to some of my friends, they would tell you that, Lasi will tell you that if there's a job somewhere, and whatnot. I do it a lot for people, but I don't necessarily get the same energy reciprocated from me. So, I think the chain, if there was a chain and a link like that, then it would grow and grow and grow, and eventually, 100 women are empowered by 100 other women in a year.
What does a self-empowered woman look like to you? Or we could say a self-black empowered woman look like to you?
Listen, a self-black empowered woman is a hard worker. She's a hustler. She wakes up in the morning even when she doesn't feel like it. And she is passionate and she's driven, even when the chips are against her. She is somebody that is always looking at the glass half full, no matter how hard it is, because listen, life is hard, and we've had the worst past couple of year and a half, So I think a self-driven, a self-empowered black woman is somebody that always shows up, not just for herself, but for her network also. Community.
Resilience as well.
Absolutely.
Resilient.
Yes.
I think
that's being able to show up for your work mates, for your kids, for your family, for your friends.
How have you overcome being undermined? Because you spoke about being pressed down, and that's also being undermined of
Absolutely.
your value.
Oh yeah.
How has that, how did you overcome that to be positive and still persevere? Because that's hard.
Very.
Because you could choose to leave.
Yes.
And say, I don't care, I'm going to leave because you all undermine me, so, you know. But you chose to persevere and work and just guard yourself. What made you do that?
I had to have a conversation with myself and say, you're better than this.
Yeah.
And you know you are more capable than this. Because I really was undermined. And with the undermining comes a kick in your self-confidence, in your abilities, you know. So I endured that abuse for,
Compromising.
Yeah.
I'm asking because as well, in terms of, I sit down with myself and I'm like, how much do other people like myself, we over compromise? And sometimes it looks like we're probably desperate for the position, promotion, or the money. And sometimes we are told by our parents to hold on, be strong despite whatever that's been said, just do your job and focus. But there's a limit, like how much do you compromise? Where is the boundary? Because we like to talk the good things, quote these lovely quotes. But when we practice that, it's difficult.
Exactly.
Because you end up persevering and saying, I'm going to be, but there's that thing where you over-compromise.
Exactly.
So now it's like, I feel like we hurt ourselves by over-compromising until it really gets to us. Shift. So how do we change that?
We were talking just earlier with the ladies, and Lorraine was talking about the begazela, syndrome, how our parents would say, oh, you need to begazela and stay in marriage, or you need to begazela and stay in a job, But, yes, you do begazela, and I begazela, trust me,
Begazela.
I held on. I held on, but the switch had to come within me, where I was at my lowest, and and I don't know, we're all different. I pray, I speak to God, you may speak to the universe and the stars, but you need to speak to your higher being and say, but first and foremost, you know that you are more than capable, and this is not you. And you feel a shift within you that I feel so insecure about myself and my abilities. What's going on? That's the first red flag. The second, well, it's not a red flag, but I think the shift happens when you now realize that I'm more than this. I deserve better. That's when I then decided that, you know what, I can't be his life anymore. I'm gonna leave. And I left without a plan B, and everyone was telling me, you can't leave without a second job. What are you gonna do? And trust me, for months I was debating with myself that what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Until I, and also the universe, when you ask the universe to help you, it gives you signs. Until I was literally sort of kicked out. And that's when I was like, you know what? I'm bigger than this.
I'm bigger than this.
And bye.
So adding on from where you were talking about your experience, how does one become very content without being bitchy? Because once you've been undermined, as we were speaking earlier, it's very hard to be actually content and still make space for even those ones that hurt you. And I know it's easy to say forgive, but then, those triggers. So how does a woman keep it content despite being undermined constantly and rejected without being bitchy? Because you end up being a cold person.
Of course. And you know what you just said, my mother always says, don't allow people to change you. Because the way people treat you and the way you react, your reaction will be based on how they treated you and all the struggles that you had to endure, and you'll end up being bitchy.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're also building a wall for yourself. It's sort of like dating. You know, we all have toxic traits and past traumas, and we keep building a wall and wall, you know, after each relationship. So I would go back to mommy's advice and say, don't allow people to change you. It's very difficult because we're human.
Yeah.
And I see it in myself also.
Yeah.
I'm human. Sometimes, you know, I have to have a conversation with myself and say, but why must I help so-and-so when so-and-so has never helped me?
Yeah.
Or the next person over there has never helped me, you know, but it goes back to, you know, wanting to change the narrative, you know. Helping somebody is help. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to have a campaign and a woo-ha party about it. You know, you help them from the bottom of your heart and you don't expect anything in return. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it can be done.
It can be done.
It can be done. You know, you just need to center yourself and go back to that thing of wanting to change the narrative for real. Because yes, today I'm helping Tendai, and Tendai may not necessarily be able to help me, but 3, 4, 5 years down the line, Lorraine will be able to help me, you know, without wanting anything in return.
Lorraine today is famous. She must pay us. She must pay us.
So yeah, let's just go back to not allowing people to change you.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? Also bringing Lorraine into this conversation today, she's famous. Speaking earlier as well, you know, I like the way she highlighted that as us women, you know, we so guarded into the goal, the success, and just moving forward. But then at the same time, even your own friend, that's even where it hurts as well. Where you're like, but then we're friends, we should be lifting each other up. And it's rare to do that because the true colors come when the other one is evolving, which is sad, you know. And I know there's that thing of saying choose your crew wisely. But then even if you do, and then you see true colors when you're at the top, how do you deal with that by not being bitter about it? Have you experienced that? Sorry, I'm bringing it up because I feel like it's crucial as well in friendship because it's a whole sermon on the woman empowerment as well.
Yeah, you mean experience having to deal with a circle of friends and then this backstabbing and jealousy.
And how do you set the boundaries and being able to let go at peace, but also being content I can do it on my own if I have to. Yeah. Because it gets lonely to get to the top. There's that saying.
Yes.
It gets lonely.
It does get lonely at the top.
And it's not nice. I'm one of them. It's not nice, but being centered and guarded is even difficult, but you just have to push. But I need to know your perspective and not mine.
Listen, for me, no man is an island, right? And nobody can do it alone.
Yeah.
You know, we wouldn't be able to have this episode today if we didn't have a behind-the-scenes crew, you know, makeup person, stylist, whatever, and you yourself included. I think having the ability to choose your tribe, you know, choose your people, choose your ride or dies, you know, choose your associates. And those people may not necessarily be the friends that you had in high school.
Yeah.
Because those friends you lose along the way. And there's nothing wrong with losing friends along the way. You outgrow each other. You become different people, you know. There's backstabbing if there is and whatnot. But, you know, being a perceptive person is very important so that you're able to sort of like pick out the people that you can live with and become acquaintances with and work with and do business with, and you know, just basically build a life with. I think I think that's the best way you can do it, you know. And like I said at the point that I made earlier, it's like dating. Also, you know, life is like dating. You're on constant dates, you know. You date your business partner, but you have to be able to pray and ask the higher power, you know, and say, align me to people that are aligned with my path and have the same intentions and the same goals that I have, as opposed to, you know, finding the right person, hyping you up, and then the next thing they drop you because they had their best interest at heart. You know, so everything that you do, business, dating, I mean, I'm talking even about finding a glam squad. You have to hope and pray to find the right people that have the same common goal as you. I don't know if that answers your question.
No, you did. You did. You did. Definitely you did. So now I'd like to play this game.
Yay.
With every guest. It's a 5-game question. And you have to answer it either one word or within seconds, within less than a minute.
Cool.
What is the one thing that you change about yourself?
What I would change myself is I'm very impatient with myself and with others. More myself. I'm very impatient with myself. Yeah, impatience.
What is the one wish that you would make since today's your birthday?
I would wish for more wishes.
This girl is playing
Bring
my
up the
game,
list.
You know?
Bring up the list.
Bring up the list, eh? What is your favorite meal?
Fish and chips.
Fish and chips? Oh yes.
Or
The
fish and
Australian
mash.
drunk tradition. Fish
Or
and
fish
chips.
and mash.
Oh, fish and mash.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because you think chicken and mash or beef and mash, right?
No,
Nobody
grilled
would
fish
crave.
and mash.
Ah. Okay. Best traveling place you've been to?
The best country I have been to is Mozambique. Hands down.
Okay.
And I'm not saying this because my dad is from Mozambique. He's a Mozambican national. But it's the most beautiful place. Excuse me, I love Mozambique.
How
It's
about
got
the Victoria Falls? People brag about the Victoria Falls. Hey, but to this woman, I thought she was going to drop Nyana, Victoria Falls. I was going to jump.
I've been to the big falls, also the Zambia side. It was beautiful, but I'm a beach girl. If you want to woo me and you want me to give you my my left arm, take me to the beach, and you know I will be the happiest. Those white sands and those turquoise blue waters, the best.
The best. My last question, motherhood. Now you're getting closer to the time. We're expecting it.
Thank you.
Yes, through this journey of motherhood, what would you expect? What are you expecting?
I'm expecting a lot of challenges. I'm an aunt to 1,000,001 nieces and nephews. You know, and I love
It's
them.
always different. There's an auntie you're
Exactly.
When your mother, it's different.
Exactly, you know, and I love them to bits. But, you know, we see my sisters and my brothers assuming the parent role. And I see that it's not easy. You know, but if you have a network of people that support you, you know, parenting can be done.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine who has 2 kids has said to me that when I told her that I was pregnant, she said, don't be scared. Of course you're going to be scared. It's inevitable, you know, it's your first time mom. But parenting, you just fall into it.
You fall into it.
Yeah. So it's like intuitive.
And in closing, this is not a game question. What is your becoming?
Shoo. My becoming is becoming a mom. But also being a bit more lenient on myself. As a mother, as a career woman, as a hustler,
Yes.
as a daughter,
Yeah.
being a bit more lenient on myself,
Yeah.
because you know, human nature, you judge yourself and you're like, ish, look and so, she's my peer, she's married, she's got 2 kids, her husband loves her, you know, and she works for X company, you know, and here I am, single mother or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So being lenient on myself and knowing that I am exactly where I need to be,
Nice.
and taking it one day at a time.
Taking it one step at a time.
Yeah, and going to the beach home.
The beach. Thank you so much, Lasi, for your time on your birthday.
Oh yeah, it was
Yes, we got to do this thing. You
Yeah,
know?
oh, I had so much fun. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and hopefully you will be surprised and more wishes will come. Obviously, you have to be surprised. I mean, today is the night. Why not? Eh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, do you know what you're doing for your birthday? Not yet.
I'm just gonna hang out with my family and have dinner, and then maybe I'll go crazy on the weekend with friends, a picnic, depending on the weather.
The
But
weather.
yeah.
So you that person that wants to know, you don't like being surprised. You want to know what's happening.
Listen, I mean, I want to know what's happening. So I can plan.
Baba Fasi. What? You want to know when it's a
So I can
surprise?
plan my outfit.
Can the man just be?
So I can plan my outfit.
Let him plan and you just rock up.
Okay.
You just say, what are we wearing and surprise me? That's it.
Okay, well at least tell me what I should wear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can say wear heels and whatever.
Okay.
Push up.
Then I'm good. Then you can surprise me.
I like to be surprised. You know? It's one of those, but thank you, birthday lady, and wishing you many, many more.
Thank you so much.
So, we would like to stalk you on social media.
Please do.
Yeah. So, ngicela usitshele ama-social handle
Okay.
for your styling and
Yes.
cleansing closet. You know?
My personal Instagram is at Lasi Mash1, and then for my image consulting is at Mash Styling Concepts on Instagram.
And guys, it's a wrap. You know, thank you so much for joining us with this episode, and also becoming, like what she said, take it one step at a time. It's all about rediscovering yourself, not comparing yourself with anyone. It's you unje, you know, looking yourself in the mirror and just saying, I am me, and I'm going to focus on evolving, because the question lies with your being and accepting who you are first to be able to evolve into your becoming. So much love to you guys, and take care. Ciao.